Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for, excuse me, Wednesday, May the 3rd, 2023. Wednesday, May the 3rd. You know what? Let me start with the cough lozenge so I can make it through this recap. We have 41 comments and comment corners, y'all. I cannot do comment corners tonight. Please, everybody, go to the comment corners. I love them. They're great. You all wrote great comments, great theories, great likes and dislikes. So please, everybody, go and check out Comment Corner. It's Comment Corner pretty much is almost the best part of the daily recap. So I want everybody to please stay engaged, even if I can't read them all, on any given day. So let's get started. We had some action going on, everybody. Some action. Carly bought a cup of coffee and a piece of pie she didn't even eat, right? She didn't even take a bite of that pie. And she's like, I don't want it. Gives her debit card to pay for it. Oh, decline. So she goes, I'm sorry, ma'am. Your card declined. Well, that can't be. What? That can't be. So she gives her another card. This one too, ma'am. Sorry. Are you sure nothing's wrong with your card reader? Because that can't be. No, ma'am, it's been working all day. So she's like, well, maybe I got some cash. So she's looking, and I know what she feel like, because who carries cash anymore? I very rarely ever have cash on me, right? So as she's looking, she sees this card just coming to the side of her. I can't, the doggone camera won't show my hand. Anyway, Nina, here, right? And Carly turns and she looks and she sees this Nina. And he's like, here, I got it. Carly's like, no, thank you. And she finds some cash and she tells the girl, here's a 20. And I guess she's going to go to the back to get some change. Well, she took forever because all I had is a cup of coffee and a piece of pie at Kelly's, not the MetroCorp. You better bring me my $15 or my $14.70 back, right? Because now that I know I got to use cash for everything, I need my cash. So, Nina goes, how was the wedding? And Carly looks at her like, why are you talking to me about the wedding? Your man was at the wedding. Why would you be talking to me? So she goes, the wedding was nice. Willow was beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And then Nina says something else. And then Carly says, it was great until the SEC shows up. And Nina's like, the SEC? And Carly's looking at her and she's like, well, what did they want? Carly said, wait a minute. Sonny didn't tell you about this? Oh, well, yeah. I'm thinking, so then what is this playing stupid that you didn't know? Because Carly had to say, you mean Sonny didn't tell you about that? Yeah, oh, yeah. Then, chick, we have nothing else to say to each other. Right? No. You already know how the wedding was. Your man came back home to you. Right? And he told you what happened. And so Nina, she says something else to Carly, but she is her guilty conscience was kicking in. And Carly said something to her, but let me get out of here. Ava shows up. Hey, Carly, how was the wedding? She goes, well, I see that's the topic of everybody who wasn't invited. Oops. And Ava's like, oh, wow. And Carly, the wedding was fine. Willow was beautiful. And Carly walks out. And Ava looks at Nina and said, what did you do to Carly? Right? And so Nina just like drops her purse in her chair. And Nina ends up telling Ava about how the SEC worked fast. They showed up at the wedding and took Carly in for questioning. And Ava's like, wow, that fast? And then Nina says, yeah. And Drew, they were looking for Drew, but she goes, well, where was Drew? Come to find out he's out looking for my Aunt Liesl. He's trying to bring Liesl home to save Willow. And Ava goes, ooh, okay. But Sonny sent him on a wild goose chase just to buy some time, but it's only going to buy a little time. And then they're going to be right back on the trail looking for Drew. And Ava says, wow, okay. Well, let's hope he finds Liesl. But when Drew gets back here to Port Charles, he's going to be in legal trouble. And Ava looked at her and said, well, Nina, you reported Drew and Carly. So of course Drew is in some trouble too. But she goes, I didn't know they were going to freeze Carly's accounts, all her financial accounts. And Ava's like, ooh, like, that could be tough. But in other words, so what? Yeah, you did. You knew it was going to be consequences. You knew it. Don't pretend. I didn't know they were going to freeze everybody. Well, what did you think they were going to do, Nina? What did you? It doesn't. You knew, and you were happy. Okay. So Ava flipped it off. She goes, look, they did it. They broke the law. Whatever. It's not your problem. Don't even worry about it. Just hope the information don't come out that it was you, and you good. Okay. Right. So anyway, they're pretty much done with them. And we have what's next? We're done with it. Oh, Curtis. Curtis is busy mopping up the Haunted Star. He overtakes the two guards in the middle there. He gets Spencer. Spencer just knocked out cold. Trina, Spencer, get up, Spencer. And Curtis is like, Trina, I got to get you to safety. Then I'll come back and get Curtis. And she goes, no. I mean, Curtis says, I'll come back and get Spencer. And his brother, no, I will not leave without Spencer. I will not. Spencer. So finally, Curtis is going to tell her, look, move. Let me see if I could do something. But Spencer starts to come too. And then Curtis helps him get up. And he goes, okay, look, we have to hurry, right? She goes, okay, the baby's with a really nasty nanny over in the stateroom, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking that nanny didn't seem nasty to me at all. She was just a nanny doing her job. She didn't look like no nanny of the King's guards, right? She looked like a regular old nanny. So Curtis says, okay, here's going to be the plan. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. You're going to get your baby brother, and we're going to get off of here. So they get to the room. The nanny is knitting. And the baby's laying in the little bassinet. So the door opens, and Curtis walks in, and she goes, what is this? Because she sees Spencer and Trina. And Curtis looks at her, step aside from the child. Spencer immediately goes over, picks up Ace out of the bassinet, right? And I was like, Spencer, it's winter. Pick that baby up in the blanket that's in. I'm thinking, what do people think about babies and going outside? That's how he has that baby. My whole thing is, and then he walks to the door, and Curtis, because Trina was like on lookout. So then Curtis says, okay, you two go on and go out and handle this. So he looks at the nanny, and she's standing there. Well, Curtis didn't kill her. He probably tied her up. But my whole thing is, where was the true plan? We're getting ready to take a baby. Where's the formula? Where are the diapers? You know, we got to get that room was full of supplies. Take them all. Get the diapers, get the blankets, get the formula for this baby, get the baby supplies, because he was telling them where the ship they came on was docked. And he goes, you get the baby there. And my whole thing is, what happens when the baby starts crying because the baby's hungry? And gosh darn it, where's the binky? That baby's not going to be able to live without his binky. Come on now. But this is soap opera. They don't want us to think about that. But that is ill planned. That poor baby would catch pneumonia. You take him out off of that ship like that. And it's snowing out there. It's cold. Snow's on the ground. Anyway, I don't know. I cringed when I saw that, right? So Spencer says, he goes, well, aren't you coming with us? He goes, oh no, I didn't come alone. I got to go and help the people that came with me, right? And Spencer says, who came with you? And he goes, you guys need to get to safety, right? Spencer says, I'm not moving until you tell me who else is on this island. And he goes, Valentine, Drew, Kane, and Laura. And Spencer looked like, oh my God, not my grandmother. Not my grandmother's like a surrogate mother. Whoa. Whoa. You know, so I can tell you what's going to happen. Spencer and Trina are going to go to wherever, and he's going to tell Trina, you look after my baby brother. I got to go help save my grandmother. Oh, that's going to be Spencer. I have to go help save my grandmother. So now we have, there's the WSB agent who's got a hate on for Robert. Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. That whole interaction was ridiculous. And Felicia's trying to come in to see Anna, and the WSB, you can't get in here. And Robert's like, Felicia, help, get a hold of Frisco, help me. And he goes back in and he puts masking tape over Robert's face. And Felicia's like, huh. So Felicia goes out to the center of the corridor, kind of by the nurse's desk. She's calling Frisco. Frisco, we need your help, Frisco. Victor Cassadine has a pathogen, Frisco, that he's trying to release. And we have Laura, and we have Valentine, and we have Drew Kane, and Curtis Ashford, Frisco. We need your help. Can you help them? so anyway, Felicia comes back and she's knocking on the door, and she's just telling the WSB, I have your supervisor on this phone right now. So she goes in and she tells Robert. He goes, did you get a hold of Frisco? She goes, yes, I got a hold of Frisco. But Frisco refused to call the order to bomb the island. So they removed Frisco from his duties, Robert. So now there's someone else, and they're getting ready to just demolish the island, Robert. So anyway, look, Anna and Holly haven't gotten there yet, right? Anna's probably going to be the one going in there and somehow try to help save Valentine, but they don't have the vaccine. But you want to know something? Oh, poor Valentine. Oh my God, let's get to him before I tell you about you want to know something, right? Valentine is going through it. It's burning. It's hot. And Victor's like, just tell me who your accomplice is, or who else are you here with? And I'll relieve your pain. And he's like, I ain't telling you nothing. He goes, and Oprah's like, this is ridiculous. You got to stop this now, Victor. Stop it. It's ridiculous. And so she's like, I'm going to get the passage. And he goes, that's the last thing you're going to do if you think you're going to go and do that. Right. So she hates seeing it. But Victor's forcing her to be there. And Valentine, he goes, Valentine has made a tough stock. And by the way, he's made his own choice with this. Victor actually leaves him to pathogen, have at it, right? Now, one thing about that pathogen, you know what Victor said? It's going to get rid of 80% of the population. There's going to be some that are naturally immune. Valentine could be one of those that's not going to kill him. Plus, the thing is decades old. It was made in the 80s. So yes, it's kicking his behind, but it just might not kill him. So anyway, Drew and Laura, they make it, they overpower the guards that run into him. And Laura goes into the little lab room and she's like, oh my God, what is this? Drew takes the guard and stashes him, the one that he knocked out. And he comes in, he goes, what is this place? And Laura's like, Victor's playground. And she's searching around and she's trying to read notes. And Drew is like, Laura, we got to get out of here. We got to keep moving. She goes, no, this is something. What is this? So she sees the pathogen box that has the pathogen in it. But by that time, she goes, it's in German. What is it? And Victor's like, if you can't read it, then it ain't for you. Victor and the goons, and they got Obret and Laura and Drew. Oh, well, they're busted now, right? So he said, yes, this pathogen is going to make correct the mankind's mistake. I'm so sick of hearing that craziness, right? He even shows Laura's like, this is decades old. How do you know it's even viable? So he turns on the monitor with Valentine just, he's suffering, right? He's actually hallucinating. He sees Helena. I knew Helena'd be some kind of hologram or whatever. Well, Helena is Valentine's hallucination. And he's like, help me. And she's like, oh my dear, my dear little crooked man. Because he had this horrible scoliosis, right? She said, oh, my dear little crooked boy. She says, you think I'm here to help you? You think I'm here to take you to the place in the clouds? She's like, oh, no. I'm coming to get you to bring you down where I'm at so you can live in eternity in hell. And he's just looking at her like, oh my goodness, right? And he's jerking around, and Laura's looking like, you're doing this to your own son. And so what happened is, before he shows them that, when they're coming in, Laura leans over the desk and she opens the box of the pathogen. She takes one out and she puts it in her jacket. And she stands up and she's looking like, Victor, And so then he's showing them Valentine and saying, that that Drew and Laura, just in time, we need other guinea pigs, right? So he's saying that, what is he saying? Some other madness, craziness. And Laura says, he goes, with the pathogen in hand and this, that, and the other, I'm going to fulfill the destiny, fulfill my dream, me and Nikos's dream, and blah, blah, blah. And Laura says, oh, really? You mean this pathogen? She takes out the tube and she has it up, and the guards are like, oh, they're stepping back. And Victor's looking like, wait, what? Huh? Now, mind you, Laura doesn't know. Remember, it's UV activated. But I think the only difference is they injected it into Valentine's bloodstream. So that way, it's the sun activates it and makes it airborne. But they directed it directly into Valentine. But if Laura drops that file, I don't know what would happen. But there's no sun in there. That's why he said they're down. So we'll see. She's threatening them. We'll see how it goes. We'll see who's going to come to the rescue tomorrow. Anna and Holly should be showing up tomorrow. And that's going to be pretty interesting. But yeah, we have the whole crew in this room. And I'm sure Spencer's going to be coming to the rescue because grandmother is there. Ooh, no. He got to help save his grandmother. And let's see, Trina, I don't know. She gonna put that baby on a little baby, the little strap-on carriers and Spencer, me and Asa coming, Spencer. And little boss baby Asa be like, I'm down, Spence. I'm with you, brother. So we shall see. But that was General Hospital today. We have some definite movement. It's pretty good. What I'm liking, can't you tell? They are going to end this pretty gosh darn fast. This is the whole craziness of that is going to end really fast. Then we're going to get back to being able to, everything's going to be tied up in May sweeps. Pretty neat. Like, what are the dates of May sweeps? Is it all of May or is it certain dates? Because the way they going with this is like, is it May 1st through the 15th? Because they look like they're trying to tie everything up right now. So anyway, everybody, please go check out Comment Corner. I'm not going to be able to read all 41 comments, but thank you. Let's keep interacting with each other. I love the way that, we're all loving each other's comments and talking about each other's comments. And, that's what it's all about. That's Comment Corner. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow for another daily recap of General Hospital.